Hey guys, what's up? In this project, we will make a JavaScript timeline evolutions. From the year wise, we will show all the JavaScript features. And as you know that every JavaScript project we are learning a new thing. So in this project, we'll learn the intersection observer. So intersection observer is the one of three observer based on the JavaScript API. The other two are resize and mutation observer. But intersection observer is the basically most useful observer. There we can make things like infinite scroll, lazy loading image, and scroll based animations. So in this project we will show JavaScript evolution time. As we scroll down, we will show some animations and dynamically we'll add the card inside it. Let's see the demo of it. As you guys can see on the screen, we have over here JavaScript evolution time. And once we scroll, we can see this progress bar is coming, and this is dynamically one by one element is adding actually. Even we can make dynamically adding also. We can make some animations. We can write down once I scroll, we can add some dynamically image, like few 10 item is coming dynamically, and only 5 or 6 item will show in a page. Means 5 and 6 item will be loaded in the DOM, and after that above one and the below one will be removed from the DOM. So it will make our lightweight also our applications. This is the way. So we can make this kind of animation. Okay? And another thing in this project also will make this button back to top. When we click, again we go to the back to top. And even if the user wanted to know what inside in it, when he will click, he will see this model kind of or information dialog box. So all these things we will make it and totally dynamically. Other than what else we can make through the intersection observer. Through the intersection observer, for example, this is a social networking website, and we have these are the feeds. Once we scroll down, when we'll got a more feeds. Once I scroll down, it's keep coming it. We can make such kind of application also. So it's infinite scroll. So it will observing the loading over here. So we'll see one loading, and then once it loading is came, then immediately after certain just below few pixels, it will load the another item and keep loading it. So as you saw it into Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, once you scroll down, you will getting the keep coming the data is right. So this is actually based on this feature they guys made it actually. So if we load so much data on a DOM and so much record on the DOM, so DOM will be slow down. So rather than putting load on the DOM, we can make or we can observe our view also. This card is actually inside in it view, or this card is actually inside in it intersection observer, then only we will show. Otherwise we will just make it hide or will remove from the DOM. We can observe or we can unobserve also. That is actually we can decide in. So we can achieve such a thing also through the intersection observer only. So first I'll make the HTML5 template. I need actually one style also. I think style you guys can easily understandable also. If you have any doubt in the style anywhere, then please let me know. Actually I'll help out you also. A style is plain CSS only, and the main style right now we are using only this one. This is the CSS part. Means this visible all the events we have, and particular event we will show only when we have opacity is the visible. By default all the opacity will make the false only. Means opacity 0 we will make it. Other than that everything is a simple style. Simple means only the basics property we have, so by which we will give some look and feel of it. You guys can just go through it and please let me know. And definitely we need to add the style over here and script tag. Script tag, why we need to write down the script in the body tag means in the last. Please write down the comment what is the meaning and why we need to be required over the script actually. We can write down over here also. Earlier we was using it, and when we required in this head section. So what is the difference between when we put on head and what is the difference between when we put the body section? So definitely we have some difference, but what is the difference and why we are writing down actually in two different places? Please write down also about this one. So next thing is, once we add our JavaScript part, now we need to make our HTML part of this. First we will make a progress bar, so that we will show on the top. So that yellow one, once we scroll down, we can see this yellow one. This is the actually we'll make it over here for progress bar. So this is simple div. We will actually through the JavaScript or through the CSS, we will actually keep moving on the left to right. Another thing, we require container. In this container, we'll just simply show a timeline, and this is here we will actually put our complete timeline. This is our main goal. Whatever the timeline we have, whatever all the card we should show over here, right? And below this one, we will show a one info panel also. Info panel means when we click on particular card, we will show a dialog, and there will show other information if we have. We'll write down very less actually HTML part, and more we will actually write down everything on the JavaScript part only. We have one button. I'll write down very simple. This is simple button. We have h2 tag, and we have one image that will show, and this is the paragraph tag. Right now I'm just talking about this one. So this one button, and this is h2 tag, this is the image, and this is the paragraph. All this image we need to add manually, because the image we need to be show, either we can show through the some URL, or either we can add manually only. So I'm just adding the manually all the images over here. These all are images. So images I created separately. So these are images that we can use it. And one more thing, guys, these are the, you can see all are the JavaScript evolutions. So 1995 the JavaScript was born. At the time JavaScript was created in 10 days, means initially it was created and created by the Brendan Eachie. This is the developer. Later on 1997 actually we got a first version, then 98 we got second, 93, in 99 we got third, and after 10 years we got a fifth version. Fourth we didn't come, but few feature is come, but main is the fifth is come. Fifth will come, but in the market is pick up, and this was the actually the, you can say, drastic change. And after that actually new, every time new feature is start coming in. So this is our main thing. Okay, 15, then 16. Okay, every year you will get in the new thing. And even I wrote down, you can see one of them actually we will get it, that observer also. One of the feature is actually we'll get observer also, and it will keep coming in 2015 also. In 2024 already they bring this feature, and 13 they will bring this feature. So once we get a new feature, browsers keep updating, and we will get the new feature in the library of React, Angular, and some other library also. This is the way actually JavaScript is actually keep continuously actually updating it. Similar to that, all the programming language also keep updating every 6 months or every few months or few days. They need to be updated so that they will compete with the market. So this is we need to make. So I just make it actually just placeholder over here, and things we will make dynamically to identify the info panel. First we need to get some initial data so that we can display our events, all the events. So these are the initial data. I just made it into the array over here. We have year, which year actually we wanted to show the title, event descriptions, and definitely we have one image also. So these images and these things will show in the info panel. So this is our data. After that we have, I put it everything almost in IDs, you can see. So these IDs we can get into HTML part also. So through this ID we can easily get the element, and we can actually use it also. So either we can use the get element by ID, or either we can use the query selector. If we use the query selector, that means we have more advantage to use or grab the element through the CSS selector also. So right now actually I'm using both of them. These are the variables. This is get element by ID, and this is the query selector. Whatever the element I have ID, that I can grab through the get element by ID, or rest everything I'm getting it through the query selector. So this is the way actually I'm getting it. These are the basically HTML element that we can access directly over here, and we can show the things over here. Okay, next thing is all this JS event, right? So we need to be first make the display things. So we will make JS element, and we will run the for each loop. For each is the by default loop on JavaScript array. So on array we can run a normal loop, and for each won't return anything. We can just run a look like it's a normal loop, and one by one item of the array we will get it over. These are the item. Inside in it we will create a new event, means document dot create event. This is the not event, sorry, event create element. So dynamically we creating a one div, and this one we will place this div, all the thing actually we will place into the timeline. By default we have a timeline. This is the one event we created. On this event, if suppose I need to add some classes, then I can add it simple class list or to the property also. Okay, so right now I'm using the class list property. Inside it we have the method. So generally we're using the 3 method, or even the 4 is the basically mostly we are using add, remove, and toggle, and the consist. Okay, consist to identify if the class exists or not. Add means we can add the class. Remove means we can remove the class. And toggle means if we wanted to just toggling the class between just hiding and showing, then we can use the toggle class. This is the way we can make it. Finally, because this event is totally we are creating the new, so on this event we can add the inner HTML also. Inner HTML, and here we will add the HTML part. So whatever the dynamically content we wanted to add, that we will show look like this one, like div, class, year, something we wanted to show it over here. So that is great. Actually we have right now template literal, by which actually we can make our JavaScript string in multi-line. Otherwise it's very tough to write down plus double quote, single quote, like it's very hard to do. Right now we have leverages, we can write down in better way. This is the event we created, and this event is still we have in our memory, but we need to add this event into timeline. So simple timeline and append event. One by one event is we are appending it. Okay, so once we run it, this one, click open with live server. Live server by default, I think Visual Studio have right now, or otherwise we can install an extension also. So this is our browser and this is our title is coming. Right, it should be our script is already added, that's fine. JavaScript also we added, and this is the event we have, and we are adding the one by one event. We already saved it also, so our data should be also visible. Do we have error or not? No, it does not have error. We will check. Yes, we have data, and we can see this is event content we have, right? But it should be displayed. But by default, what we did, by default we did opacity 0, right? Once we have opacity 0, that means we cannot see. So to see it, actually by default we need to make the opacity 1. Opacity 0 means we cannot see, so we will do that one also dynamically. Another one, on this event, suppose I wanted to write down some event handling. Okay, this event, actually on this, click on this one, I want to do something. Okay, so that's not this one, but similar to this one. So like in info panel title, I wanted to just put a title. This is info panel. So these are the info panel property. Panel image, that is also correct. Okay, text is also correct. Description we can show, and the last one is we can just make it to, okay, we wanted to show this is active so that it will look like the highlighted. And on image also, if we wanted to write down some alternate text, that we can add the alternate text also over here. So this is our one event is created. All the events is created through this small code only. So all the event actually will be visible over here. Next part is observer. That is the main part we need to be understand. We'll make constant observer equal to new intersect. This is the new intersect observer, is the basically that is provided by the JavaScript. Here inside in it, we will write down on callback functions. What you wanted to observe it. You want to observe over here entries, we can say entries, and observer also. We get two parameter over here. This is the entries that we can observe it. So suppose it might be possible the observer can observe multiple entries. So we can write down loop. It will give us to an array format only, so we'll get it one by one entry. And for right now, I'm just actually write down the log only. We just made an observer. Now we need to observe the element also. We need to tell this particular element we wanted to observe it. Then only it can understand this particular thing I will observe if the element is changed or something will be happen. So we can observe anything with any HTML element. So but right now we need to observe all the event, all the cards. So we'll write down query selector, and that we already given one class event. That class we can actually write down. We'll run one by one loop on it. One by one event we will get, and we will write down observe.observe every event. These event we need to observe it. So on browser definitely we cannot see. So let me just tweak the classes. I think we made date, and these are the things is fine. These are the event. We can see these are the things will be start coming. When we see the console, these are the intersection observer entries we got it. In this one we get a lot of things. Mainly this is a div. This is the target element on which we are actually observing it. Another is this is the property. Okay, this is the main property that we need to be understand. We are this intersecting or not. Okay, on basis which we can actually take some decision. So we need to be just do it actually play with this one. So this is the one property. Every entries we have this property. So what we need to do, we will just simply check. Entries means if this particular whatever we are observing that is exist in our view or not. So that is the main thing. So we will write down entry dot is intersecting, means this is intersecting or this is visible on a browser or not. If this is a visible on browser, then what you want to do. So suppose if this is a visible on the browser, I just wanted to add a class, and if it is removed from the browser, I just wanted to remove a particular class. That's it. So now once we scroll up, once we remove this one, and you can see once I do, so now this is the element that actually we have. So once I scroll it, one by one element is actually keep coming it. So by default it does not have. So if you will observe it, this side container, inside it we have timeline. So you can see these are the 4 visible ones. So only 4 is the visible. Similarly we can add dynamically also, but once I scroll it, you can see the 5th one is start visible. And what I did actually, I didn't do anything. I just added actually if anything is intersecting and anything is start coming, once I scroll it start coming on a browser, that kindly actually do something. And what I'm doing it, I'm just putting one class only, right? And whatever actually thing is actually moving from this one, you can see above one visible is actually also removing it, right? So that's the way we can optimize our part. This is the main thing. Okay, and this one we can achieve so many things, like infinite scroll bar, I told you, we can observe any element also. Like this one example, we can make it dynamically. We can add and remove some list item kind of stuff also, we can do it. I hope till here actually nobody have any questions. If you have, please ask it, please write down also. Okay, another thing is, in this observer we have one callback, and another thing also, we can pass it options. Okay, in the option we can decide if we have something like, for example, we can write down directly over here, or we can make a separate observer options. This is object. In the object we can write down 2-3 things, and this is also fine. We can just write down this one also. Main thing is we need to put this one. The meaning of this one, if the element is actually try to come 50%, you can see this element is actually right now is not coming. Okay, and you can see once, so next 50%, then only it will come. So you can see it will, once I'll scroll down, so still actually we can see white space, right? So after 50% it will start coming. So its value is actually 0 to 1. Okay, it will hold the percentage. So if I'll say threshold actually value is 0.1, just slightly coming, then you will make it visible. So now you can observe it. Just scroll down, it's slightly coming, and it will actually come actually in the memory. It is slightly come, then actually coming actually inside it. So this is the percentage we can give. The element is actually in the view. If it is coming 100%, then only wanted to do, or either the, we can write down the basically 0.1 also. Root margin is on the root actually how much margin is, means below this one how much margin, above this one how much margin we wanted to give it on the root, so that it will observe after that particular margin. We can give some margin also. The root means, the root is the basically parent element. Right now this is the parent is document only. Parent element we need to give, if we have some parent element that inside in it we have some child that we wanted to observe, but parent should we have the scroll. Parent should keep changing it, scroll should be there, so that it will came into the view. So intersector object means that intersections is coming, that is basically used with the just scroll only. We cannot use it actually somewhere else. Yeah, I wanted to observe this element. Basically it is actually visible, means if it is, that section is visible on our view or not. That's the main thing is actually this one. Okay, so that time actually start observing that element. And this good thing is it's behave like it's a dynamic. We don't need to write down any logic, that is already created by the JavaScript for us. So we don't need to manually make any library, we don't need to add any package, directly it can work it also. And that is very good thing. In the future also might be they will upgrade and will bring something else. And this is actually interesting thing. Another thing, our project is almost actually done even also, and when we click, you can see this thing is also coming, because when I click it, I just actually added over here. This is the sections. Okay, this title, image, and content, and this is active class. Due to that, actually it's coming actually in this way. Now is the next thing is we need to make a one button over here, so that actually when we're moving it, and definitely we need to write down close also, and we need to write down progress bar also. 2-3 things, small things we need to do. So up now we need to write down the event. When we click it particular close event, then it should be close it also. So to make it, first let's make the progress bar. Progress bar already we have. This is the progress bar, and first we will get this progress bar in JavaScript. The get element by ID, we'll get the progress bar. And simple thing, once the progress bar means once I will scroll down, so window scroll down, right? Then I want it to be progress bar also should move it, keep moving it. I can just simply write down window dot add event listener of the scroll, and on this one we need to write down some logic. The main thing is we need to be just show some percentage. Okay, so that width of the scroll bar should be keep changing. How much width we wanted to change it? We wanted to change as much as if we can scroll it, that much of the width we wanted to change it. So first we will get the scroll top positions. So I'm just talking about once we scroll, you can see this is keep coming in. First we will get this one, how much actually we are scrolling, or how much we have the scroll top. Scroll top is a property that we can get through the document or any element also we can get it. So simple way, we can just simply say window.scroll y, either we can get it this one. Earlier we are using page offset, but right now the page offset is actually deprecated, so we can use scroll y, and then document element and scroll top, either of them. If this is exists, meaning of this one is if this is exist, we got some value, then we'll keep this one, otherwise we will use this one. Another thing is we require the scroll height. How much height of the scroll? One is the client height and one is this. Client height is, I think you will get it actually, this is height, this to this, and scroll means along with this one, I think 2000 or something, whatever it is, so that way we get it. This is the subtractions, and we'll get the scroll, how much actually we have the scroll it. Okay, next thing is we need to be just make some percentage. So this is we are doing it, whatever we have scroll top, whatever we have scroll height, divide and multiply by 100. So this is the percentage we will get it. According to that, this percentage we can give simply to the progress bar. This is the width of the progress bar should changing it. So now after this change, we can see this is keeps coming it. In our project also keep coming it. So this is simple change. We can make it. Next one is first we will add the back to the top button. That is actually was easy one, and that is we need to make completely dynamic. So to make an element, we can say document dot create element, and right now I'm creating the back button, back to the top button. Okay. On this one, we can write down everything over here. Suppose I wanted to write down text content, so simply I can write down this button and text content. I can write down inner HTML also or text content also. Inner HTML, if we have some HTML like h1, h2 tag, then we'll write down. If you wanted to write down the style, then which property we should use it for style? Style, we should use the style.css text. CSS text is a property. We should use it. So I'm just adding it over here, CSS text. So this is the style we'll add it on this button over here. Finally, this button we need to display or we need to attach on body. So we'll dynamically attach on the body also. So this is we done it. Now we need to write down one event, and on the basis of that we need to make it. So event is same event window dot add event listener scroll only we want. So this is actually button was also visible on the scroll only. We'll write down. So particular scroll height. If the scroll height is actually if you scroll actually like 300 over here, then we wanted to do something. That thing will be come over here, or else we wanted to just simple thing. So to hide and show it, this is also fine. We can hide to the opacity also. We can hide it. Okay. And to hide, we wanted to be just hide it. The button also we can hide. Opacity also we will just make the opacity. Or why we are making opacity 0 and why we are doing it actually both the thing. Why we required actually both the thing. We can do actually in the single thing also. Just think about and write down the comment. Or if anybody have any idea why we need to both the thing. And till the time I'll tell you. On the back button also, once we click, definitely we need to be make this one only, correct? When we click the back button, we require click event and we need to be scrolled top 0, behavior should be smooth. Okay, so this is the way we can make it. So once I scroll 300, you can see the button is start visible. Click, it will come smoothly moving. Why we require these two things? I'll tell you. Because opacity we require to get some animation, CSS animation. Display directly we does not have, but right now in the latest version in the CSS and some other thing it's coming. But earlier if we wanted to do transition we does not have on display property. Transition we can do on height, opacity we can do it. That's why to hide it, first we wanted to hide it. So we wanted to smoothly, we wanted to move some millisecond we wanted to take. So you can see it's coming, and once we actually move, actually it's removing it. If we have some transitions, that time we need to be required to put it like a some CSS property. There we can put some transition. So this is the CSS property for transition, and this is actually we wanted to remove from the our browser actually. Right? And if you wanted to write down the transition also, so right now we does not have write down the transition. One of the transition I'll show you. This is the JavaScript evolution time. Okay, we'll show this one. So you can see this one also keep moving it, right? You can see it's moving it a little bit, and actually it's moving, taking some animations. So how we can make such animations in JavaScript? First we will get the on which element we wanted to be write down. So I just get the h1 tag. This is h1 tag, title tag, and on which event we want to do on scroll. Definitely we can write down scroll over here. We have so many scroll, everything we can write down single event also we can make it, or we can write down separate also. It's up to us. So we don't want so much. We have simple thing. If we have scroll positions, if we have this is, and we'll write down title dot style. One of the properties are transform. I wanted to transform and transform the y directions. So this is the transform in y direction. So this is translate, transform, translate. This y direction will be translate, and scroll position, how much scroll position, 0.5 pixel it will translate it. So we will get a little effect over here. So once we move, this h1 is also moving actually with this one, and this height is actually reducing it. This thing is coming dynamically through this one. That's it guys. So in this project, our main role to learn it actually observer. Intersection observer, as I told you, remember it will only come in the picture when we actually inside in it, means in a particular view. So like this one project, in the next week also we'll make a one project, and there also we'll learn the one advanced concept. Okay, every project wise we should be learn it also one more thing, and we can make put it into all these things in your project also. This is our 8 JavaScript project. I'll try to make it all the project into live on live YouTube so that you guys can see, and at the time you can just clear your doubt or you can ask it any question also. So every weekend we will do either on Saturday or Sunday. I will schedule a meeting and you guys can join it also live only. So you guys, thanks for watching the video. See you in the next video. Till the time, happy coding.